What made you choose a Western husband? How it happened?
Of course, first of all, looking part. Chinese people like blonde, tall Westerner and strong, Westerner. That's the most important, the first impression thing that could impress the Chinese woman. But of course, Chinese people don't trust foreigners so much. We think that you have very open opinions about relationship. You easy get together and easy break up. So we would not be very sure that our relationship can last and the partner we just met will be reliable. So second important thing that you have to prove that you are reliable and you are not a playboy.
How to do it? How to prove? Because what the first moments, first days, first weeks, this first contact, what a man has to do to prove to Chinese woman that he is a reliable and trustworthy.
Well, this thing cannot be proved by the first even few times, the first few times you meet. It will come in time.
What time?
During time. A long period of time even.
No, it's important because potentially the Western men, they have to be prepared what amount of time they have to spend and not give up if they want to achieve the success.
Well, it depends on people really. Some people need a little bit longer time. Some people doesn't need that much of time. Especially in modern time nowadays, Chinese people also have open mind, and we can even live with our partners before marriage. Yeah, so and let's just say that the living together before marriage is already experience, trial, and then during this time we can see our partner is reliable or not.
Right.
And for Chinese people, especially older generation, how to make them believe that you are a reliable guy? Well, first of all, you can have a lot of money, and second of all, they could know more about your family, your solid background, like your education background and your family background, what your family do, and like your job and everything, these things.
But let's leave for a moment the older generation, because I'm quite sure that our viewers,
this is also very important
are going to look for a wife which is in the 20s or the 30s. Yes, not the old generation. So let's say the young and modern Chinese woman, still what the woman finds interesting. So say that first of all, if the woman likes the Western look, then it's already a good thing.
Yes, the first step.
Okay, now so the woman likes the man, there's a chance to talk. When they start to talk, should the Western man just talk normally like with anyone else, or should...
Yeah, when you date and you show that you care about this person you like and do more things with her and care about her more than just normal colleague. Like everybody. Yeah.
What about going for a date and who invites, who pay? Is it important?
This is frequently discussed, even between Chinese people. And we think that to date with a foreigner, it's better to AA.
AA?
Yeah.
What does it mean?
Like I pay for my
Split.
part, you pay for your part. AA. But Chinese people will, prefer this guy. The guy will pay for the date. Yeah, it is very good thing to know for girls.
Are there any, in your experience, are there any things, any habits, common habits of the Western men which may potentially very annoy Chinese women, so that people should avoid to do it?
I don't think this is a proper question, because white foreigner, Chinese people also are annoying sometimes.
Sure, but we're talking like let's imagine a situation that the Western guy wants to look for Chinese woman. So we assume that he tries more. So if he wants to achieve success, is there anything he should be really careful about not to do?
Not to do. Well, I have to think about it. I think it's hard to answer this question right now. But when he do something I don't like, then I will know.
Do Chinese women have a sense of humor?
We have a Chinese sense of humor that foreigners don't understand.
You probably noticed that the people in the West, they like to make a lot of jokes. They have a sense of humor. And they actually appreciate it a lot. They find it to be a very important part of a character.
But on this point, I have a disagreement with you because I think we have to separate sense of humor is the thing that doesn't bother other people, doesn't offend the people you are talking with, right? And in your opinion, humor sometimes include this part that you will maybe by accident offend the people. So this is a part that I don't like.
Because you have no sense of humor, so you don't understand. People who have sense of humor will not be offended by jokes ever. That's how it works. So anyway, so I guess this is.
And if we have problem of one thing, and it's better that we first of all reach agreement, then later we can joke about it.
And here we have important part which Western guy have to be careful about, because indeed Chinese women don't understand the humor, and that may cause some problems. What about meeting a family? Because becoming like finding a wife includes meeting a family. What Western people should be prepared? What they should kind of expect?
Listen to your girlfriend and follow the rules and traditions, which is
in general
important to give very good impression to the families of your girlfriend.
Right. But first of all, should the average Western man be prepared, should expect that he will be automatically accepted into a Chinese family?
Automatically? Well, that's what we want to tell foreigners. If you find a Chinese girlfriend, be prepared that you will not necessarily be very welcome at the first stage to the family of your girlfriend.
Or even a second stage.
Like I said, Chinese people doubt whether foreigners is reliable or not.
Okay.
It takes time to see. Yeah, time can prove things. This is the universal wisdom.
The Chinese women which are willing to find a foreign partner, do you think that in general they want to move out of China and live in the let's say the country of a partner, or they want to find a foreign partner but bring him to China?
Well, I think both of the thoughts exist in China. Some people would like to go abroad. Some would like to bring their partner to China.
And what would be your choice, personal choice?
I would like to move to another country because I am not this type of very settled person. I would be very easily get bored with one place, and then I would like to go to new place to see new things.
So how are Chinese women in bed when it comes to sexual life?
Now you want to change the subject?
Well, actually you brought it, which is quite interesting. We have to talk about it anyway, so we can do it.
How am I supposed to know?
Well, come on. You have friends which have husbands, you talk about things.
We don't talk about sexual
You
life.
talk a little bit.
Do we?
Don't you?
Yeah, I have only one friend that I talk about sexual life actually. Yeah.
The one from United States?
Yeah, she lives in United States right now. Yeah.
But she lives as a Chinese person still, yes? She's not like westernized.
What is this question?
So anyway, Shortly speaking, I'm sure you can answer. So, how discovering Chinese
I
women
think
are?
actually all the Chinese people actually when we go out to meet people, you see like a normal person and you cannot imagine that how dirty he or she could be when she is in bed. This dirty means the dirty in bed, not really dirty, right? We call it dirty in Chinese, so we call it dirty. I think like people present in a very moral way, but actually in bed they could be very wild, they could be very, what I don't even know what word to describe.
Oh, I'm active. Yes.
Active and audacious.
Curious.
Do many things. Then
They
then
have
we
an
can
erotic
imagine.
fantasy.
Maybe.
Yes. So the Chinese people like the word deity to describe erotic activity.
We call it yellow.
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 Okay.
Yeah, this things is taboo in public. I mean, maybe people in private they will discuss a little bit about it. And Chinese people have a lot of yellow jokes, really.
Deity jokes, you mean?
Yellow jokes.
Okay.
I'm this type of person who doesn't talk too much about sexual life with people around me, with my friend, and so around me kind of environment is quite clean. So actually I don't know how to think about other people's life.
Do you think it would be easier for the foreign men to find a wife in the big city or in the small city or countryside in China?
In big city, it's easier. It's easier. People have more open mind. But if you just have a lot of money, you can buy a wife in a poor countryside.
What do you mean by wife?
I mean, it's also easy if your wife comes from countryside, small city, small village, because many girls from poor families, they would like to change their situations, change their lives. So to marry a foreigner is not a bad choice.
Do you have many friends, female friends, who would want to have a foreign boyfriend or husband?
No, not many.
Yes. How possible that you wanted?
I'm widow.
Okay. Do you think that it should be more common? Do you think it would be better for a Chinese society if it would be more open for interracial relationships?
Well, in general, yes. Not only in relationship, but also in doing business
What is the
with the word.
What is the most desired nation for a husband candidate for a Chinese woman?
Well, what do you think?
Poland.
No. Maybe Chinese people never heard of Poland or know very little about Poland.
So quickly, what are the best nations for as a
USA.
USA?
Our enemy.
And what else?
UK, Australia, Germany.
Germany. What are the least desired nations for?
Wow, maybe Poland. So least, how to say, Africa.
African nations, because there are many countries in Africa. And
Maybe in South Asia.
South Asia. Like what?
Well, how to say?
What about India?
Yeah, I mean, people don't think about India.
Pakistan.
Yeah, Pakistan is an interesting country that has a lot of.
We talk about husbands.
Well, because we talk about how easy they have access to come to China to meet girls. Many Pakistan students come to China to study, so Chinese people have more opportunity to meet Pakistan.
Have you ever heard about any relationship between Chinese women and Pakistan men?
Yeah, in the news.
In the news? Like what?
Maybe. I don't remember.
What about Japanese guy? Can a Chinese woman marry Japanese guy?
Yeah, a lot.
A lot even. Oh, that's alright. What about the parents of a wife? How easy they are accept of a white partner?
White or
White.
only white?
Well, yeah, let's say the husband is white. No matter what country is
So we're
white.
just talking about Japan.
Just tell me. The parents of the wife brings a white husband. How easy is to accept?
I also heard a lot of stories that the family very welcome the white foreigners. Well, they are better than black, black foreigners.
That was supposed to be my next question. So how easy would be to accept a black partner?
Oh, well, harder.
Hard. A partner from South Asia, India, Pakistan.
Yeah, you know, also harder.
How easy or hard would it be to accept a foreign handicapped partner for your parents?
Very hard. How handicapped he is?
On the wheelchair.
Okay, it's very hard.
The typical Chinese parents, would they prefer a handicapped white husband or a black husband? Healthy black husband.
I think you better ask would the Chinese parents accept a handicapped Chinese boyfriend or a healthy white?
Okay, answer this.
So maybe healthy white.
Okay. What about handicapped white versus healthy black?
Then we have to calculate how much money he has.
Okay, very nice.
Yeah, what country he come from and how much money he can get.
For a Western guy who just had idea to find a Chinese wife, he just decided this to do yesterday and he knows nothing about China, how he should start and what he should avoid when he looks for a Chinese wife.
Jesus. I have to think about it.
Well, I'm asking because for sure everybody heard about dating websites and portals, yes.
But there are a lot of dating applications in Europe too. And
Sure.
I know that people meet new people there.
Sure, but specifically I think because I never use, but I heard that there are applications or websites which try to connect Asian or specifically Chinese women with the Western guys. And I think that we should definitely advise to not use this type of service
Why not?
because mostly it will be scam.
Maybe.
Another thing which I think is actually very important to pay attention to is to, from the beginning, fluently communicate. So if somebody has a dream or imagination that he has a money, he goes to Chinese countryside and he writes a message on the paper that he looks for a wife, in Chinese, yes, somebody will translate to him, and he will find a wife which doesn't speak English and he doesn't speak Chinese. They will just pretend that they like each other. It's not going to work. They have to communicate from the very beginning. They have to have a common language. Will you agree with this?
Yeah, I agree.
Yes, because there will be plenty of things to explain, especially in the beginning.
Yeah, that's true. And there are many things that foreigners don't understand, don't know about Chinese culture and reverse too. So it's really need people to explain a lot of things and respect each other's culture and opinion and in the end reach an agreement.
Yes. All right.
That's all.
I think that concludes for a moment.
We can make a better ending.
Okay, so your last words. How can you summarize this subject?
You say something. You start this subject. I don't know.
Obviously, I started. So I wanted to discuss shortly about this subject because we have personal interest in it. We are living proof that these things happen in this world.
I thought we were going to talk about China.
Not only this, we also prove that these things can happen even for a few years at least. So I thought we can give some feedback to our viewers.
Okay, so let's make a conclusion about this video. Anyway, since I started a serious relationship, I really found that relationship really difficult and tiring. But the result may be very rewarding if you succeed in create a good relationship.
Do you think that your friends are happy or satisfied or excited that you have a foreign husband?
Yeah, my friend. Yeah, you want me to tell the truth?
Yeah, always.
Okay, some friends they are very happy and think it's very fresh and exciting to have a foreign husband. But some are just criticize that whether I made the right decision. Because I abandoned everything I had in China, job and the whole environment, all the things that I have, and I run to Europe, whether it's really a good thing to start a new life in a different place. And the only person I know is my husband, and he's reliable or not, we don't know. I mean, they don't know. We also heard a lot of story that
Anyway.
foreigners
Yeah.
treat.
So which friend said so?
Is it important which friend?
I want to know.
Friends they don't really tell you straightly, but they will tell you from their message and some implication that they worry about you. Okay, this is the end of today's video. We talk a little bit about relationship, and in the end of this video, I would like to wish you find your Chinese wife, and good luck. Okay, bye bye.